Everybody, it's Albers here with an uncharacteristically urgent message from the angels. For the last several weeks, they've been asking us to be kind to one another, that Mother Earth needs us. They've been asking us in today's newsletter to understand that judging one another is kind of like ripping ourselves apart, because we're all, cells and souls within this body of the divine. And lately, especially the past several weeks, I've been seeing a lot of emails coming in with people feeling very explosive, feeling, angry or upset, feeling irritated. I've even been feeling more irritation than usual, and I've had to kind of catch myself and say, I'm not going there. So there's been this explosive energy I've seen in my clients. Now, I don't watch the news, but I watch my inbox. And to me, that tells me a lot about the news. And I thought to myself, well, Mother Earth just had her earthquakes, but maybe there's a volcano coming. I was, wondering if that might be the case. However, today at a channeling session I attended by Summer Bacon, who is a remarkable trance medium, I started to understand what's really going on. Neither she nor I watched the news, so it was, a bit serious when the angels came through and said, this is urgent. There are bombs about to go off on your Earth. And it's going to be a big mess unless you stop it. And that's the hopeful part of this message. We can change the course of history through our inner work, through our willingness, the angels said, to stop bombing ourselves with self-criticism, self-loathing. Stop looking in the mirror and saying, oh, yuck, doesn't matter what you look like, you're a soul on the inside. This is the costume. The costume can be improved later, but don't pick on it right now. It's important to say, I'm not this body, I'm a soul, I'm beautiful, I'm made of pure light, whether I'm experiencing it or not. To be kind to yourself. And the angels beg us also, and they rarely do this, to stop bombing one another with criticism. Even if you look on the news, for example, and say you don't like the president. I hear this a lot, of course, I just hear so many things from my clients. And the angels say, but what if you took a little boy and didn't want to deal with him and shipped him off to boarding school and he felt unloved, so he was going to prove himself? And they said, so there's a little boy in that person who's still trying to prove himself, who still wants to be valuable underneath all of this. Now, whether or not there's a job that's working or not is, that's not mine to judge. But the angels say, can all of us please, when we see something we don't like, or someone we don't like, or we disagree with a policy, or whatever it is, can we please pray and ask that they be uplifted, and ask that their soul be filled with God's love, and ask that that light rise up within them too, especially for our world leaders right now. Dear God, please let the light of your love rise up within them. Let them know your peace. Let them know your love. Let them know who they really are deep down. Because this is how we can create change in this world, even as a small group of people. It doesn't take nearly as many people in the light to influence billions in the darkness. That's the beauty of it. A few conscious souls committed to love, committed to prayer, committed to lifting things up can change the course of history. We've done it before. There have been times when this earth was in jeopardy through various reasons, and enough people prayed and remained committed to being loving, and things changed. So can you imagine that a small group of us committed to love, committed to catching ourselves when we get irritated, and praying for either ourselves or one another, can change the course of history? And the angels are asking us to please do that. For the sake of the earth, who is really hurting right now. Mother Earth is hurting. She feels us. She feels the tension. She feels the hatred. It hurts her. They actually said through Summer that there's a large fissure in her right now, and we can help her heal with our love. We even in our language use these expressions that, we're all torn apart, we're heartbroken. Well, Mother Earth is going through some of that right now too. So it's a time to embrace yourself, your soul, your light. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be a wonderful person. You can get irritated, but say, wait a minute, I'm a soul. I'm human. I may have my irritations, but let me handle them in a healthy way. Let me not aim them at myself and one another. I journal. When I get irritated, I'm like, okay, angels, surround me with light. I'm composting. I just need to get this out of me. And my intention is I'm going to get it out of me. but I'm not going to aim it at myself or another. I'm just going to purge. That's my intention. So it might look the same, but my intention is not to hurt anyone. It's to purge. And so I literally put a bubble of light around me because I don't want it going out into the world. I don't want it polluting, this field that is already, very difficult. And the funny part is, after that, I just sit with God, sit with the angels and say, okay, now let's compost all that, fill me with light. And it's gone. Now, sometimes I can do it even quicker. Sometimes I get irritated. I'm like, stop. Somebody cuts you off in traffic. Stop. Pray for them instantly. Or you catch yourself criticizing someone and you tell yourself, stop. And you start to pray for them. Number one, you will feel better. You'll feel the love of the divine running through you. Today, I really went deep into prayer and meditation and prayed for the earth and prayed for everyone on it and prayed for peace. And I just felt bliss running through me. Bliss. Because that love that sources every single one of us, that wants to rise up in every single one of us, feels like bliss when you allow it to flow through you. So there are fringe benefits that are very personal as well. Anyhow, that's a message I wanted to share. I'm going to do more videos or posts or anything I can to help share messages of tolerance and prayer and light to remind us, if you're willing to do the same in your own lives, we can spread this light and we can change history from something very painful to something beautiful and peaceful, and we'll never have to know what could have happened. So, hope that helps. I am going to do a gaze now for those of you who want to stick around. If you're not familiar with it, I surrender in a very loving trance state to that love, whatever you consider the source of love to be, divine love. And when you look in the eyes, you'll connect with that feeling as well, and it will perhaps bring you peace or insight or whatever it is you need in the moment. Sometimes people have healed. It's not up to me. I'm going to turn some music on real quick and do that, and just look in the eyes. Quiet your mind, receive. Just say, I receive if you can't quiet your mind, and enjoy. Just a second here. hope you enjoyed that. I'm going to post the link to Summer's website, and she's offering that open session that she did today, the recording of it, for sale for $5 if you're interested. It goes into a much longer discourse along these lines. I love you all. I absolutely believe we can create a situation that is far more peaceful than it could be on this earth. And I hope you're with me. Love you all. God bless.